Welcome to the Bombers this week. I'm Tait alongside Paul Wiecek. Paul, Bombers home opener Thursday night here against Toronto. Let's touch on a couple key themes for you. What jumps out as a #1 storyline heading into their first game of the 2014 season?
Bomber defense, a banged up, battered, depleted Bomber defense going up against future Hall of Fame quarterback Ricky Ray, the same guy who wasn't even 19 for 20 at one point in a game last season against a Bombers defense that was healthy. This Bombers defense will head into this game without projected starters Corey Banks at linebacker, Donovan Alexander, and who am I missing, Eddie? Who's the third guy?
Alex Suber.
Yeah, of course, Alex Suber, defensive halfback. So there you go. They were in tough, I thought, with those three guys in the lineup. That's even tougher. You know, let's see. I mean, if they can take Ricky Ray and give the offense a chance, well, then they'll have a chance. But that's a big ask.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see this defense, isn't it? Because we've heard so much in the offseason about how weird it is. It's unique to the CFL. There's going to be 9 guys on the line of scrimmage sometimes, defensive tackles dropping back into coverage. We haven't seen a whole lot of that in the preseason. It's like they're saving it. So we'll see if that really rattles Ricky Ray. Give me another storyline that you're kind of watching for Thursday night.
Well, and of course, Drew Willie, right? So this is it, right? So Drew Willie, a guy who's started 4 games in his professional career. Bombers think he's a starter. He's shown flashes in the preseason. He's put up decent completion numbers, and he hasn't made a mistake. What impressed me, Drew Willie, in the preseason, no interceptions. I'm all about that touchdown to interception ratio being at least 2-to-1. Ricky Ray's case last year was 21-2. I'd settle for 2-to-1 in these parts. So let's see. I mean, there's live bullets now tomorrow. Drew Willie didn't look terrible in the preseason. In fact, he looked pretty good. Can he continue that in the regular season? No, that's a whole different ball game, literally.
Yeah, and boy, wouldn't that be something if the Bombers could finally get some stability at that position after what we've seen the last few years, right? I mean, it's been just a nightmare finding some stability at the quarterback position, which is the #1 issue with every team in this league. Okay, one more. Let's go with one more storyline for Thursday night.
Well, and maybe picks up on what we just talked about in terms of Drew Willie and the touchdowns to interceptions. This team, it's a boulevard of broken dreams for this team when they lose the turnover battle. It's been like that year after year. That's generally true of football. That has been, and I'm not entirely sure why, particularly true of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They lose the turnover battle, they lose the football game almost every time. So that comes back to interceptions, that comes back to ball control, and then of course you look on the defensive side of the ball as well. I mean, they got to force some of these turnovers. You need a big pass rush to force the fumbles and then to force the interceptions. So Bombers win some turnover battles this year. They'll have a chance at least.
Yeah. Lots of new faces, new quarterback, new head coach. This team is never dull, no matter if they're winning or losing. Thursday night, they're home opener against the Toronto Argonauts. Thanks for watching the Bombers this week.